2-win, 4-loss overall record and are 0-3 in conference play. The Bulldogs are averaging 32 points per game while giving up nearly 43. They are led in scoring by senior Jensine Basil, who's putting up nearly 10 points per game, and right behind her is senior Katie Grambo, who's adding another 9.5 points, and freshman Hannah Dunn, who pitches in another 8. The leading rebounder for the Bulldogs is Grambo, who is pulling down nearly 8 boards per game. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective on tonight's game between the Vikings and the Bulldogs as we chat with Viking head coach Courtney Syrah on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, what they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Today we're talking with Viking girls head coach Courtney Syrah. And first of all, Coach, did you have a good Christmas and New Year?
Yeah, it was really nice to spend some time with my family and just relax for a while and only worry about basketball and no school. It was nice.
Well, now, speaking of basketball, it's time to get back to basketball. Now, the Vikings have had a couple weeks to get healed up and healthy, and getting into the break, you finished off 2020 on a high point with a very solid victory over the Durand Panthers. Can you help us remember what that game was all about?
Yeah, from the beginning, I've said that, this team, this group of girls, they're capable of playing with anybody. And when we can, get all of those things going on one night like we did against Durand, I think, we could be the team to beat in the Dun St. Croix.
It'd be kind of nice. Now, a nice long break like the Vikings had is a bit of a double-edged sword. Not only do you have a chance to work on some things and make some improvements, but you run the risk of having to shake off some rust. What are your concerns going into tonight?
Yeah, I thought we did a really great job over break, coming ready to practice every day. We didn't take really a whole lot of time off, which was good. We just got a chance to work on everything. But, like you said, it is hard to go that long without playing a game. So I just tell the girls, the energy and effort has to be there, and we'll start there. So I think, as long as they come ready to play and are ready to play hard, the shots and all the rest, I think will fall off, somewhat during the game, and then I think we'll be ready.
Now, tonight, the Vikings get to take on one of their longtime rivals in the Dun St. Croix Conference in the Boyceville Bulldogs. What can you tell us about the Bulldogs?
Yeah, they've had their challenges this year. I think they've already served a quarantine early on. So I think they're just kind of getting back into the swing of things too, and not playing a game in a long time. So we might be in the same boat, which is kind of nice for us. So yeah, like you said, the history of the rivalry is there, and I know that if we come ready to play and play hard, I think we'll be victorious tonight. So just have to make sure that we do all the little things. That's what I ask for them every day. So,
are there any little nuances that we should look for in tonight's game that might be a little different than before Christmas?
We didn't put in anything crazy over Christmas break. We're still sticking to our normal game plan. A few different set plays, a few different out of bounds plays, things that we were able to work on over break, and then just continue to hammer on those weaknesses that we had early on in the season. Continually boxed out as a group. That we can't stray away from that, because that's killed us in games. I think if we would have done a good job on the boards and boxing out from the beginning, our win-loss record would be a little bit different. So we just have to make sure that we're doing all of those things right, and we did a lot of shooting over break with a lot of the time that we had. So I'm hoping we can get some more people to knock some shots down. Yeah, and overall, just, the energy and effort. That's what we preach every day in practice. So I love to hear, all of your girls played super hard. Yeah, so that's what we kind of look for.
Any Viking players that you're looking to bring a little extra to tonight's game?
Well, Jazzy Best will make her first game appearance tonight. She was cleared to play over Christmas, so we'll be welcoming her back, hopefully with a little burst of energy from her. So that's exciting.
Okay. Now, are there any injuries or illness or maybe some COVID situations that we should be aware of with the girls?
Our only injury right now is Jill Bovey. Still has her tendons are not healing as quickly as we'd like to in her ankle, so she's going to spend some more time out. So just hoping that she can heal up fast and get ready to come back. So we'll miss her. Other than that, I think, we haven't had any, we've been lucky as far as no one's been sick, no one's had COVID, or we haven't been exposed. So knock on wood, I'm hoping it stays like that.
Just keep them away from those boys.
Yeah.
All right. Coach Syrah, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings will find a way to keep their position atop the Dunn St. Croix Conference.
Yeah, thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, with a look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. Tonight, the Vikings will attempt to remain atop the Dunn St. Croix Conference as they take on the Boyceville Bulldogs. Now, on the other hand, the Bulldogs are trying to break into the winning column and compete in the Dunn St. Croix Conference standings. So the stage is set for some exciting girls' high school basketball, and we'll remotely bring you all the action right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, I'll be headed to our other studio to join my colleague, Dan Petchow, as we remotely bring you the play-by-play of all the action in tonight's girls' game between the Vikings and the Bulldogs. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking basketball.
And we are going live right away from Boyceville High School. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, and we've got basketball underway. That was Marissa Harmon with a three-pointer. We'll get those starters for you in just a minute. Boyceville comes down the right side of the floor. That Olson keeps it underneath, and the shot goes up, rebounded, taken down by Barstead. And the Vikings have it now, traveling from right to left. To the left side to Harmon. Then to the free throw line to Barstead. Now out high to Paulus. Now it's Olson with it. She feeds it back out to Olson from three. She puts it up, it's off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound, take it down. Olson has it now on the right side. She takes it up between the circles. Feeds it over to Harmon. Underneath the out to Harmon from 3. Off the iron, real good. Rebound taken down by Boyceville. And down the floor they come. Boyceville has it on the left side. Tipped away by Paulus. Get it over to Harmon. From the left side. Out high to Olsen. She puts up this one. That was Arstead. And it was. Or check that was Harmon that put it up and in. We have a whistle. All gets inbounded. And now Boyceville has it, and Harmon putting double team on. Olsen tries to knock it away. It gets out of bounds, and it was off of Olsen, so Boyceville will inbound it on the right sideline. And they put the ball up, and with it, that foul being called on one of the Vikings. It's on Harmon. It's her first personal. First team foul on the Vikings. Rambo to inbound. Boyceville. She feeds it up to Lagerstrom, who loses the handle and goes out of bounds. But it was kind of helped that way by the Vikings. So Lagerstrom to inbound it. Looking for somewhere to go. Finally gets it in to Dunn. Drives into the lane, puts it up and in. Anna Dunn makes a score 5-2 Vikings over Boyceville. Olsen brings it through the center circle. Leads it over to the left side. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound. Paulus tries to control it. Goes out of bounds. Must have gone off of one of the Boyceville players. We are bringing you this game remotely, so we're doing the best we can with names and numbers. Olsen has it out high, gets it down to Harmon on the left side. Now it gets loose underneath, down underneath, and we have a timeout on the floor being called by Boyceville. Kind of in a predicament there. So with, it looks like 15:22 on the clock, we have Vikings 5, Boyceville 2, and you are tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network at NLWN-TV.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
Tied up, and the ball goes over to the Boyceville Bulldogs. They had the possession arrow. Now they inbound. A lot of pressure being put on by the Vikings. Now they get it to Harnish. Harnish tries to drive into the lane. Gets it across, and the ball gets taken away by Arstead. Over to Olsen, who takes it across the timeline. Outside, Harmon. Paulus to Olsen. Long shot by the Vikings. No good. Rebound taken down by Boyceville. Bulldogs bring it down the floor. This is Crambo. Out high. The ball was tipped as it goes out of bounds. Boyceville ball out of bounds. For the Vikings. Syrah continuing to
Yeah, that's it.
And let's see. Bulldogs inbound it. Get it over on the near side. Gunn. It's out high. It's hung up on the left side. Forces it back out high. They believe this is Bramble with it. Over to Olsen on the right. Gets it to the free throw line. Gets it back out high. On the left side. Left side coming into the lane. Now over to the right side. And the pass is just a little bit too high for Ligerstrom, out of bounds. Vikings will have it. Kenna Shipman to inbound for the Vikings. Jasmine Best. It's good to see her back from her ankle injury. She's got it on the right side. They keep it down low, out high. Over to Schofield, and shot was no good, and Boyceville comes away with it. Still 5-2. Still with it. On the left side. Turnaround jumpers up off the front of the iron, and we have a whistle. And I believe it's probably a moving screen. Based on the situation in the game, it was a foul against Boyceville. The foul was on Rachel Montgomery. First team, I believe, Boyceville. Vikings have it in the forecourt. Schofield gets it out high to Best. And over to the right side, back out to Best at the top of the key. Richard Schofield takes it to the left side of the lane. Trying to catch the number for you. That was by Abby Irwin. Boyceville brings it down the floor. 8-2, Vikings on top. Bulldogs have it in the circles. Over to the near side. Rambo with it down along the right baseline. That out high. Left side, just inside the arc. Rebound taken down by the Vikings. Over to Best as she brings it across the timeline. Richard Schofield, Best from three-point range. Off the back of the iron. Follow-up shot is no good. And it gets rebounded by Boyceville. Bulldogs bring it down the floor. Again, I'll tell you, it's a lot of straining on that left end to try to see those numbers. Anna Dunn with it. Gets it out high. That looked like Olsen had it out high. Shot from the top of the key, and it was good. And it was a three-pointer. So it's 8-5 Vikings. I believe that was Gramble. Have it on the right side. Cross-court pass. Up to Richard Schofield. Good. Rebound being fought for underneath, and we have a whistle and a foul being called. And the foul is on Abby Irwin. That'll be her first personal. Second team foul on the Vikings. Still has it in the backcourt. They wrap across the timeline. Ligerstrom with it. In the circles. It's over to the left side. Neutral line extended. Rambo at the top of the key. Ligerstrom on the right. Bounce pass to the top of the key. Now over to Kirsten. Out high. Baseline does not get it to fall, and Abby Irwin comes away with it. Moves it over to Best. Makes a move. Beats it out. Three and hit it. Kenna Shipman continuing her hot hand she had before Christmas. Bulldogs are on top. Sligerstrom on the dribble. Moves it over to the right side, and we have a whistle and a timeout being called. So, with a timeout on the floor, it's Vikings 11, Boyceville 5. You're to Viking basketball on Northern Light webcasting.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Boyceville High School. I want to thank Boyceville High School for providing us with the audio feed, or video feed. I'm sorry, we're doing the audio feed, but they're providing us with the video feed. And, you know, if it wasn't for these opportunities, we would these games that are on the road due to COVID-19. So we're thankful that we have that opportunity. Katie Grambo to inbound the ball for Boyceville. It's in the backcourt. Sligerstrom, it is. Getting up the piece, getting the ball underneath, and it goes in. Trying to catch the number. I believe that might have been Grambo. Vikings put up a long three. It's no good. Rebound tapped around. Second chance shot by Courtney Syrah is no good. And it gets taken away by Boyceville. And down the floor they come. Over to the left side. Out high to Grambo. I'll check that. That's Grambo on the near side. Now it's out high. That's Lagerstrom. Lagerstrom takes it down the right side, tries to lay it up, and we have a whistle and a foul. Also in there right now is Hannah Dunn for Boyceville. It doesn't help that it's hard to see the numbers anyway, and then when they cover it with a ponytail. I tell you, Dan. Shot on the way, no good. We have another set of wholesale substitutions now for the Vikings. Harnish back into the lineup for Boyceville. Got it on the way, no good. Rebound chased down by the Vikings, and down before they come. Erstead feeds it out to Olsen between the circles. To Harmon, back to Olsen. Back to Harmon. Catch between the top of the key and the left side. She's got to feed slow to the right side now. Back out to Olsen. Back into the lane. Back out. Now for Barstead. I think they said that was a three. Yeah. Loose ball on the inbound and some substitutions now. Inbounded. Harnish. She feeds it over to Basil. We have a whistle on second violation by Boyceville. Good. Aggressive defense by the Vikings with that full court pressure, forcing that turnover. Inbounded right in front of the scorer's table. Olsen has it. Now she takes it across the timeline. Moving it over to the right side. Out to Olsen. To Harmon. Cross-court pass, three-pointer on the way. Off the iron, no good. I believe that was by Barstead. And Boyceville comes away with it. Out the floor they come. Grambo having trouble. And we So, with it looks like 8:14 to go in the first half, Vikings 7. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light webcasting network at NLWN-TV.
Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Back at Boyceville as they're getting ready to inbound the ball. And it gets knocked out of bounds right away. Try again. Gets knocked away, and the Vikings come away with it. Barstead has it, feeds it down underneath, shot goes up, no good, rebound, taken away by Boyceville. Down the floor come the Bulldogs. It's the timeline. On the left side, they bring it out high. Campbell with it. Olsen on the right. To Lagerstrom. And over to the left side. Now back to Lagerstrom on the right. Back out high. Harnish. Now to Olsen. Lagerstrom. And she feeds it over, and a three-pointer goes up. And it was Grambo with the three-point shot. And the Vikings come down the floor. Olsen on the dribble. She feeds it over to Harmon. Back out to Olsen at the top of the key. Down into the left corner to Barstead. Back out to Olsen. Cross over to the right side. Now back to Harmon on the left. Back out to Olsen, top of the key. Into the lane to Noel. Now back out to the right side. Shot goes up. It's no good. And Boyceville comes away with the rebound. One thing Colfax is not doing well tonight is they're not boxing out and getting those rebounds. You've got to do that if you're going to be relying on the three-point shot like the Vikings appear to be doing. Now we have a loose ball on the floor. It's tied up, and possession arrow in favor of the Vikings. And it looks like we have Barstead going to inbound it. Olsen, and we have some substitution questions going on here. And we do have a little bit of a delay. I think we might have a player with maybe some blood or something, but they finally get the ball inbounded, and Olsen has it between the circles, feeds it over to the right side to Barstead, cross court pass. And check the back Barstead with the three-pointer that she put in. 17-10, the Vikings up by 7. Still putting on that full court pressure. The floor comes Boyceville. This is Lagerstrom from 3, puts it up, no good. They get the rebound. The putback is no good. And second time, no good. And here come the Vikings down the floor with it, with Olsen on the dribble. She stops at the top of the key, feeds it over to the right side. Now they try to get it down to the right side of the lane from the baseline, no good. Rebound taken down by Boyceville. And it is really hard to tell who's who. Lagerstrom with it. Get it cross court. Gramble at the top of the key. Then to Kirsten. Now it's over on the right side. Rambo tries to drive the baseline, and we have a blocking foul being called on Barstead.
Third-team foul for Colfax.
And we have, again, hockey line change. 5 in, 5 out for the Vikings. Bulldogs inbound at the baseline. They feed it in to Harnish, and she puts the shot up, and evidently she drew some harm going up because she's going to the line for 2. Looks like Paulus with the foul. That's her first personal. Harnish with the first shot is good. And her second shot is on the way, and it rattles home. 17-12, Vikings up by 5, and they bring it down across the timeline. Best on the dribble, puts it over to the right side, out on the right corner, back out high on the right. The Best on the left with a three-pointer, no good. Rebound, taken down by Harnish. And we have a foul being called on the Vikings. And that's on Abby Irwin, it's her second foul.
So that's the 5th team foul for Colfax.
And Boyceville inbounds it. In the backcourt, Colfax trying to put on some full-court pressure. Boyceville dribbles it down across the timeline and double dribble as she came down through the lane. I think that was Katie Grambo on that dribble, but I'm not sure about that. Vikings come down, that's Best on the dribble. Feeds it over to the right side to Irwin. She tries to get it into the lane, they tip it back out to Shipman. Shipman from just outside the free throw line is no good. Rebound taken down by Boyceville. Floor. Feeds it over to the right, or to the left side. Now they get it back out high to Dunn. Grambo on the right. Cross court to the left. Around to the right. To Lagerstrom. She drives down, puts a shot up. It's no good. Rebound. Taken down by the Vikings. Best with on the dribble. Out to Bovey. Bovey with the shot. It's no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings. Bertram Schofield. And they're going to say there was a foul called before Bertram Schofield got the shot up. And she did swing around, kind of fling the ball toward the basket, and it went through. Abby Irwin to inbound it for the Vikings. That foul, by the way, was on Katie Grambo, and it's her first personal. Shot goes up by Best. It's no good. That was a three-point attempt, and the ball gets tipped out of bounds on the rebound. Last off of Irwin, and the Bulldogs will have the ball. 3:45 to go in the first half as the Bulldogs come down the floor. Grambo stops just as she crossed the timeline, almost threw it back the other way. Thought better of it. They've got it over on the right side now between the circles, over to Grambo on the right. She tries to feed it into the lane, ball gets knocked loose. And then we have a whistle and a foul. And the foul is going to be on Boyceville, I believe. And it is. The foul is on Rachel Montgomery. That's her second personal. Vikings bring it down. Best has it. Feeds it over to the right side. Now taking it into the lane. Now back out to Best. Over to Schofield. She put that three-pointer in. Bertram Schofield makes it 20-12 Vikings. Floor. Comes Boyceville, and we have a whistle. We'll wait to see what he says. We have a foul on the Vikings. And that's on Emily Bertram Schofield. That's her first personal. Free throw's on the way, and it rattles in. She's going to go back to the line for another one. Looks like 3:02 left in the first half. Shots on the way, it's also good. And down the floor come the Vikings. Best has it, feeds it over to the left side to Irwin. Now out high. Shipman, shot is no good. We have a whistle, a rebound, and looks like a foul on the Vikings. Walking the length of the floor.
Yeah, it's 17 fouls for Colfax.
Must be number 8 because they shot a bonus up last one. That foul's on Shipman. It's her first personal. Trying to catch the number of the girl who's at the line. And shot is on the way, off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings. Before they come. Over to Harmon. Take it down. Baseline, drive. Let's get it back, trying to catch the number of who did that. That was Barstead with the 2-pointer. 22-14 is what we have. We'll see if we can't double check that at halftime, make sure we have it right. This is Grambo with it on the right side. She gets it out high. Done with it. Now over to Kirsten. Kirsten out to Olsen. And to Dunn on the left. To the right side to Olsen, and they feed it underneath to Grambo, who keeps stepping in. 22-16, Vikings up by 6. Olsen with it, feeds it off to the right side, back out to Olsen. Back to the right, over to the left, to Harmon, puts it up, rattles around, it doesn't go. And Boyceville has it. They come down the floor. Rambo with it, leads it off to the right side to Kirsten. She gets it out high to Kirsten between the circles. Rambo on the right, or check that wasn't Rambo, that was Dunn. And drives the lane, shot goes in. And I did not catch the number. She's standing at the free throw line, but of course she's not facing us. She looks over to the bench for directions, and of course the point guards. Right? A couple of substitutions. Reach team. And free throws on the way. Bounces out. It's no good. That was Olsen on the free throw. And down the floor comes Olsen for the Vikings. Feed it in towards the lane. Olsen has it now out at the top of the key. Now they get it back down into the lane to Barstad. The ball gets tapped loose. Olsen picks it up. It was tapped loose by Boyceville. Olsen got it in the backcourt. Now she brings it back into the forecourt. Puts it to Barstad at the elbow. Now back out to the three-point lane. And the three-pointer goes in. There you go, Bound pass. Boyceville has it. Ball gets taken away by Olsen. Takes it down into the lane. Puts a shot up. Rolls around. Does not go in, but she got fouled on the way in. Dan, did you happen to see who got that last three-pointer?
That was Marissa Harmon, number 20.
There we go. 25-18. I think. We can almost see the scoreboard. That foul, by the way, was on Harper Olsen for Boyceville. Addison Olsen at the line. She sinks the first one. Yeah, we can almost read most of the scoreboard in the gym, but the score numbers are the dim numbers. Second shot goes in. 27-18. Vikings on top. Boyceville inbounds it. Full pressure again by the Vikings, and they lose the handle. Bulldogs lose the handle of it. It goes out of bounds, and Vikings force the turnover. Arstead to inbound it. Gets it to Olsen. She takes her time, brings it across the timeline. Looks like they're playing for the last shot. 11 seconds to go in the half. It's in between the circles. Cross-court pass. She nailed it. 38-18, and that's halftime. And while we're at halftime, we'll take a look and see, double-check that score to make sure we have it right. But you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's edition of Viking Profile and the Colfax High School Report. That's all coming up following this brief timeout.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're going to get to know Abby Irwin, a senior at Colfax High School. We'll be chatting with Abby right after this message.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
We're talking with Abby Irwin on Viking Profile. And Abby, we know that you play basketball, but are you involved in any other activities at school?
Involved with volleyball.
That was volleyball, you said?
Yep, volleyball.
Okay. And now when did you start playing basketball, and what kind of experience have you had?
I started playing in second grade, but I also played with my sister who's younger.
Okay. Now what's the most important thing that you have learned from playing basketball?
I've learned how to be a good teammate through the fan.
Okay. Good. That's a pretty important lesson. Now, when you're not playing basketball or you're not here at school, what are some things that keep you interested or occupied?
I like to go biking a lot and just getting outdoors.
Okay. Now, I've got a few rapid fire questions for you. Just say the first thing that pops into your head. Pie,
Okay.
ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
Okay, what kind of cookies?
Good chip.
You were the ones with the real gooey chocolate chips?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you on that. All right, your favorite color and why?
Favorite color is blue. I'm not really sure why. It's like the sky and it's blue.
Got a lot of your teammates so far have said blue as well. Now, if you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
I want to fly.
Okay, you know, all the
not
same people that said blue for their favorite color are also saying they'd like to fly. So maybe it's the sky being blue or something. That's got to be it. Do you have a favorite NBA or WNBA team?
Probably.
Okay, always good to go with the home state team, isn't it? How about college?
the Badgers.
Pardon?
Badgers.
The Badgers, okay. You broke up a little in there, and so we're talking with Abby Irwin here on Viking Profile. And Abby, what are your plans for after high school?
I plan on attending UW, and I'm not sure what I'm major in.
Okay. And what school do you plan to go to?
Cross.
Okay. How about a shout out to your family?
I'm mad.
So when people want to watch Viking games here on NLWN-TV, what number do you wear and what position do you play?
I wear number 4, and usually I'm.
Okay, now we want to thank Abby Irwin for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next is more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Time now for the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School. Colfax Vikings Athletics tries to get back into action following the holiday break, but the boys are going to have to wait a while due to COVID-19. The game scheduled for January 5th against Chippewa Falls McDonald has been canceled, and the games with Durand and Elk Mound and Boyceville have been postponed. The game scheduled for Friday, January 8th against the Durand Panthers will now be played on Saturday, January 16th, with the varsity game starting at 4 p.m. The game at Elk Mound, originally scheduled for January 11th, will now be played on Saturday, January 30th, with the varsity beginning at 1 p.m. And the game at Boyceville, originally scheduled for January 14th, will now be played on Monday, February 1st, with the varsity starting at 7:15 p.m. In the week prior to the holiday break, the Viking girls split their 2 games. On December 14th, they dropped a disappointing loss to the Regis Ramblers 44-36 before bouncing back to defeat the powerful Durand Panthers on Friday, December 18th by a score of 58-45. That victory left the Viking girls going into the break tied for first place in the Dunn St. Croix Conference. In the week prior to the holiday break, the Viking boys played 4 games. The boys dropped games with Mondovi 74-63, Turtle Lake 53-31, and New Auburn in a heartbreaker 54-53. Then on Tuesday, December 22nd, they headed into the holiday break on a high note by dominating Elmwood Plum City 63-48. Coming up next week, the Viking girls will host the Spring Valley Cardinals on Tuesday and host the Elk Mound Mounders on Friday. We will carry both games on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV with Viking pregame beginning at 6:55 and live play-by-play starting at 7:10 for both games. On Saturday the 16th, the boys will begin their makeup games that they missed due to COVID-19 when they host the Durand Panthers. That varsity game begins at 4 o'clock. In addition, next week, the middle school girls basketball team gets off to a fast start with 3 games. On Monday, the middle school Vikings travel to Durand to take on Assumption Middle School. And on Tuesday, the middle schoolers will host Glenwood City. Then on Thursday, the girls will travel to Elk Mound. The annual Dorian Vocal Festival was scheduled to be held on Sunday through Tuesday. However, according to a Luther College announcement, due to health concerns caused by the novel coronavirus, this year's in-person festival is being replaced by an online vocal music week at Luther College. On Saturday the 16th, the Viking dance team will compete in the conference dance competition at River Falls. On Friday, January 15th, well, that marks the end of the second quarter of the school year. There will be a 12:30 student release on that day with no morning or afternoon junior kindergarten. And that's what's happening at Colfax High School for January 3rd through the 9th. You've been listening to the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Boyceville High School. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, and we're ready to start the second half. Get things going in the second half. Boyceville the inbound ball. Olson takes it around to the right side. Takes it back out to the top of the key. Tries to feed it off to the right side. Rambo. He's got it. High wide right. Now she drives to the free line. Takes it back out to Livingston. Over to the right side. It's good. We did check the score at halftime. It is now 30-21 after that. Kind of see the scoreboard clock. Harmon with a three-pointer from the right. No good. Rebound. Taken down by Hardish. It's off and bring it down to the right side. It's Rambo. The Harnish. All between the circles and over to the left side. The shot goes up. Whistle and a foul. Looks like the foul is going to be on Jasmine Paulus. Tarnish to the line. Her first three throw is good. Leva makes it 3 for 3 tonight. Second shot. It's on the way and in and out. Last touch by Boyceville. So the Vikings will instead inbound to Olsen. Down the floor. Through the center circle. From the right side to Harmon. Back out to Olsen. Far side to Barstead. Now on the right side to Barstead. Drives to the lane. Puts it up. No good. Rebound. Bulldogs. That's Olsen with it for Boyceville, and she gets it over to Dunn. Gets it over to the right side. Back up to the top of the key to Gramble. Dunn. Harnish. Hagerstrom. To Harnish on the right, or on the left. Check that. Up to the top of the key. And now down into the right corner, down to the right. Fouls on Barstead. It's her second personal. Second team foul on the Vikings this half. And it puts Lagerstrom back on the line. Or not Lagerstrom, Harnish. Harnish's shot is up and good. 30-23. Boyceville cuts it to 7. hands. Boyceville ball. In front of the scoring table. It's Wallace and somebody just came out. Again, it's on that far side, so it's kind of hard to see. Boyceville has it cleared away with the whistle. But some kind of a violation occurred. I didn't see what it was. Vikings bring it down the floor. Olsen keeps it over to the right side to Harmon, back to Olsen, back to Barstead, and then she kicks it out to the left side. They drive towards the lane, pulls it up and good. Rebound taken down by Boyceville. 30-23, Vikings on top. To go. Ball gets knocked away. Harmon and Barstead's going to go to the line. Say that again, Dan?
Follows on number 33, Hannah Dunn.
First shot is up and good. Barstead. Vikings. There's a palindrome. Down the floor. The ball gets knocked away by the Vikings. And possession arrows in favor of the Vikings. And we have a timeout being called by the Boyceville Bulldogs. So with a timeout on the floor, you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
NLWN-TV is excited to announce that beginning January 16th we will carry ice racing from the NWARC racing circuit. That's right, live racing from the ponds and lakes of the Badger State. Join us on January 16th at 11:45 a.m. for live NWARC racing from Lake Wissota on NLWN-TV.
Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow and bringing you the action from Boyceville High School. Vikings to inbound the ball. Out high. Schofield on the right side crossover. That's the
right side. Back out to the top of the field. Over to the left side. Over just outside the circle. It's a little bit first there. To the heart. Ligerson. 41-23. Vikings on right side. Ligerson, long shot, good. Schofield, that's her second person. Hey fans, the next girls game is scheduled for Tuesday, July 12th. Girls versus Spring Valley Cardinals. Viking pregame will be at 6:55. Play-by-play will begin at 7. Good. Second shot. Good. 41-24. Boyceville. Timeout being called by the Boyceville Bulldogs. So with a timeout on the floor, you're watching basketball. Northern Light webcasting network NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
A picture of it is back from Boyceville High School. Bulldogs to inbound it. They had to call that timeout. Turn it over with another 5 seconds away, and they did. The Vikings kept them from inbounding the ball and forced another 5-second turnover. And so the Vikings will have it. Pass comes in to Olsen. He's got it between the circles. He's it over to the left side, back to Olsen. Over to Bertram Schofield on the right. Cross-court pass. That looked like it was from Harmon. Shot went up no good. Rebound taken down, and we have a whistle and foul underneath. If it was a foul, it doesn't look like they've changed the player number. Is that how many fouls does Emily Bertram Schofield have? Oh, then it was a foul on Emily because they say she has 3. Now we have a foul on Boyceville, and that foul is on Haley Hainstead. It's her first personal. And the Vikings have it coming across the timeline on the dribble as Olsen stops at the top of the key over to the left side. Back out to Olsen, puts up the 3. Olsen with a 3-pointer. Down down the floor comes Boyceville. All the way down to the baseline, and then the ball gets knocked out of bounds by the Vikings. Boyceville ball. It's the lineup for the Vikings. Well, now I can't see her number, so I can't tell. They're at that end of the floor where it's really hard to tell. I believe it's Barstead just came in. Inbound pass is stolen by Barstead, and she brings it down the floor. Leads it down to the baseline. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound, get back by Barstead, and it's good. 46-24, Vikings on top by 22. The floor comes Boyceville. Campbell with it. Being guarded closely by Olsen. Down into the corner on the right side, now down along the baseline. We have it tied up underneath here, and coming away with it out of the Vikings. All the way down the floor is Olsen with the layup, and she drew the harm. She did not get the shot to fall. But she's going to go to the line for two. That foul is the second foul on Gramble. Addison Olsen with the first of her free throws makes it. Yeah, she's waiting for the second. It's on the way, and it's good. 48-24, Vikings on top. Period. We're in the second period here. 10 minutes to go in the game. Boyceville has it. Shot from the top of the key is no good. Rebound. Oh, almost taken down by the Vikings. Then we got a whistle and a foul. And that's going to be a foul on Hingston. It's her second personal. I don't know how many team fouls we have on Boyceville at this point.
I have 5 team fouls.
Okay. Goes up and in for the Vikings, and that was by Bailey Bradford. On the floor comes Boyceville. That's the timeline. Try to feed it down to the right baseline. Now they try to get it across the court, lose control, goes out of bounds, and the Vikings will have it. Vikings opening up a fairly commanding lead now. And down where they come. Listen on the dribble, right through the center circle. Leads it over to the right side. It's to Harmon, to Olsen. Cross court pass down underneath. It's up and it's in. Bailey Bradford with that one also down underneath, playing tough underneath. Boyceville Bulldogs try to pass it along, and Vikings have I think it was Barstead with the shot. We have a bit of an injury timeout. So as we do that, I want to remind you again, you just saw an ad for it, that NLWN-TV is excited to announce that we're going to be presenting live ice racing from the Northern Wisconsin Ice Racing Club Circuit. It's going to be on Saturdays, starting on January 16th. And Dan and I, we're going to scout it out this coming Saturday. So all you have to do to take a break. Live coverage on the 16th is going to be 11:45 NLWN-TV. Three-pointer on the way for the Vikings off the back of the iron is no good. Ball taken down by Dunn, and she brings it down the floor. Check with us, Gramble. Now she feeds it over to the right side. Drive down to the baseline, and we have a whistle and foul, I believe, being called, yes, on Addison Olsen. That's her second personal.
15 foul for Colfax in the second half.
Boyceville to inbound it. Long shot goes up for Boyceville, and it's a three-pointer. I did not see who made that shot. Counting on Dan here. That three-pointer was Abby Irwin for the Vikings. And so now Boyceville has it. Did you happen to get the Boyceville three-pointer?
I didn't. I think it was 22 Cambry Rismer.
Okay. Anyway, the Bulldogs have it in the forecourt on the left side. Lagerstrom feeds it down underneath. It goes up off the bottom of the backboard, and Vikings come away with it. Down the floor they come. Best with it. She feeds it out to Bradford. Now Best from three off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by Boyceville. Boyceville down the floor, feeding it off to the left side. Now taking it into the lane is done. She dishes it off. Shot goes up. It's no good. Vikings come away with the rebound. Vikings do a better job of rebounding the second half. Barstead on the dribble. They get it over to Irwin. Out to Best at the top of the key. Feed it into the lane. Ball gets knocked loose. That's picked up by Irwin over on the right side. Gets it back out high to Best. Cross court pass. Barstead to Best. Drives into the lane. Tries to put it up through the arm on the way in. Jasmine Best going to the line for two. Foul was on Krista Kirsten for Boyceville. Shot is on the way, and Jasmine's first free throw is no good. We have several substitutions coming in for the Vikings. Has to put up her second shot, and it's good. 59-27. He's on top. As the timeline comes Boyceville. Down into the right corner. They kick it out high, wide, and right. Long shot from there is short, and the Vikings come away with it. On the floor come the Vikings. You can see over on that far side. And we have a blocking foul being called on Boyceville. It's going to put Jasmine Best to the line. That foul is on Maya Lagerstrom, and it's her first personal, and we have a timeout on the floor. So with a timeout, you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
A high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Boyceville, Rick Olson, along with Dan Petchow. remotely bringing you this Viking game. The Vikings are on top, 59-27, with 6 minutes to go. Best shot is up off the back of the air, no good. Rebound taken down by Boyceville. And down the floor is Harper Olsen. Oh, check that. That was Haley Hingstead. Now they get it out to Gramble. Free throw line. Down the left side, driving into the lane. Tried to put the shot up, got stripped away from her on the way up. Here comes Best down. Best with the shot. 61-27, Vikings on top. Boy, it's good to see Jasmine Best back from that ankle injury. She's moving like she never had before. An injury. Boyceville has it on the right side. They feed it down to the baseline. Shot goes up, rims around, does not go. Jasmine Paulus comes away with the loose change. And here come the Vikings down. Shipman has it on the right side. Gets it out to Irwin. Over to Best at the top of the key. Back to Irwin on the right. Back out to Best. He's taking their time. 4:48 to go. Irwin to Best. Tries to feed it down to the baseline through a lot of traffic, and that was probably ill-advised because it got taken away by the Bulldogs. Looks like Rambo taking it across the timeline. Feeds it over to the right side. Feed out high, taking it to the left side. Taking it back out high between the circles. To the right. They're going to give her with a trap. I even saw that one from here, and she was on the far side of the court. That was an easy one to call. Vikings do the hockey line change bit again. Everybody in, everybody out.
Let's go, Sniper!
Coach switched up the lines. All right, Vikings come down the floor with it. Over to the left side, now back out high, and over to the right side to Goodell. And they try to get it to the right side, it gets knocked down bounds. Leah Reed was the closest to it, and they're saying it went off of her. 3:56 to go. Some playing time for a lot of those kids who don't see a whole lot of varsity time right now. Bulldogs feed it down underneath, and it doesn't go, and Vikings come away with the rebound. Floor gets it over to Reed on the right side. Feeds down the baseline, shot goes up, it doesn't go through. And away come the Bulldogs with it. That was Jeanette Hajdukovic trying to put the shot in. Between the circles. Rambo on the left side. Done at the top of the key. Over to Rambo. Done. She got with it. Vikings come down the floor. He has it. Feeds it out. Goal. Up between the circles. To Reed. From 3 points. No. Good. And Boyceville comes away with it. 61-27. Vikings on top. 2:40 to go. Bulldogs have between the circles. Now they get it over to the right side. Back out between the circles to Dunn. Driving down the baseline now. Shot goes up. It does not go in. Boy, the Boyceville Bulldogs just can't buy a shot right now. Down the floor come the Vikings. Green has it. Tries another three-pointer. She hit this one. Leah Reed with the three-pointer. 64-27. Bulldogs have it on the left side. Now back out between the circles. Now to the right side. Beats it down to the baseline, shot goes up. We have a whistle and a foul. Shot was no good. And I'm looking to see who the foul was on. Shot is good. Saying the foul was on 54, but we don't know which 54 is in the game right now. And I think it's Molly Heidelman. Second shot on the way, it's also good. So down the floor come the Vikings. Over to the left side, now all high. To the right side to Reed. Cross court pass, long shot from three is really good. He comes away with the rebound, she takes it out behind that arc. And they lead up to the top of the key. To Reed on the right side. To the free throw line. Hajdukovic to Reed. Three-pointer from the top. No good. Pullback is no good. We have a whistle. And we're going to walk the length of the floor. This foul is on great roster here. Tyler Noel. The foul was on Tyler Noel. That'll be her first personal. Free throw line, or free throws on his way. Good. And down the floor they come. Haydorn with it, gets it over to Reed. Reed feeds it into the lane. And the Vikings chase down the loose change and swing it back around again. Reed back out to Haydorn. Goodell. That's 66-29. We have a substitution for the Bulldogs. 41 seconds remaining. Down, or Bulldogs down the floor over on the right side. Back out to the top of the key. Three-pointer from there is a little bit short. Ball goes out of bounds. The Vikings will have it. Just over 24 seconds remaining. Haydorn brings it across the timeline. Over to Hajdukovic, now to Reen on the right side. It's out at the top of the key, over to the left side. Haydorn gets it out to Hajdukovic.
Good job, Red.
End the game, final score, Vikings 66, the Boyceville Bulldogs 29. And we will have Viking postgame for you coming up right after this timeout. You've been watching Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and...
I am totally a hat person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Girls Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Postgame, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Time now for Viking Postgame, with a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking girls game. And now, Viking Postgame.
And Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, and we're here in our NLWN-TV other studio,
Right.
where we get to remotely broadcast the games. And Dan, the Vikings took them maybe a little bit of that first half to shake off some rust, but by the time they got it shook off, they were cruising and doing pretty well.
Yeah, good job by their senior leadership tonight to help them kind of pull away in this game.
And they did kind of expect this to be the situation tonight. They felt that Boyceville was a team that they'd be able to handle reasonably well, but by the same token, it's a conference game, so you don't dare take anybody too lightly.
Right. Yep. Yeah, and they did a good job tonight. They hit 13 threes, and that really helped them pull away.
Yeah, and actually Boyceville does have some pretty darn good players. They just don't have quite all the pieces together yet, and the way they played tonight, it kind of looked like the Vikings had an abundance of pieces.
Yeah, and in the second half, Boyceville kind of hit a cold streak there, and Colfax got the rebounds. And
boy, howdy did they. There was that had to be without a field goal being shot. In fact, did they shoot a field goal in the second half?
yeah, I don't think so. Not that you say that.
They made some points on free throws, but and I did not write down the halftime score. But boy, oh boy, I don't think they shot a field goal in the second half. And I'll tell you what, that says a lot about the Viking defense. They were all over them. That full court pressure they put on in the first half forced some turnovers. That Boyceville had a hard time getting the ball in. Vikings were polishing some things that they're going to need to be able to hang on to that spot they have in the Dun St. Croix Conference.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough road with Duran right with them. So
I'll tell you what, why don't we take a bit of a timeout here, and when we come back, we'll get your scoring totals. And you're tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
NLWN-TV is excited to announce that beginning January 16th, we will carry ice racing from the NWARC racing circuit. That's right, live racing from the ponds and lakes of the Badger State. Join us on January 16th at 11:45 a.m. for live NWARC racing from Lake Wissota on NLWN-TV.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
And we're back here at our NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson along with Dan Petschow, and Dan has been busily really trying. Dan had his work cut out for him tonight, trying to figure out who scored what. These are very unofficial, but doggone it, I think you're probably pretty close.
It's
so why don't you
close.
tell us what you got?
All right, here's for the Boyceville Bulldogs. Their leading scorer tonight was number 23, Kitty Grambo, with 11 points, followed by number 33, Hannah Dunn. She had 5. We had Faith Harnish and Harper Olson with 4. We had Camber Riesemer with 3, and Haley Hannestead with 2. For the Colfax Vikings, their leading scorer tonight was number 22, Maddie Barstead, with 18 points, followed by, we got a lot of girls here, number 20, Marissa Harmon. She had 8 points. We had Emily Bertram Schofield and Addison Olson with 7 points. We had Abby Irwin with 6 points. We had Bailey Bradford and Jasmine Best with 5 points. We had Jasmine Paulus and McKenna Shipman with 3 points. And we had Jeanette Hajdukovic with 2 points.
Okay, so that's the scoring time. And the Vikings, how many different girls scored there?
We had 10 girls tonight with all scoring points. So
Okay, and so the Vikings spread it out, led on the way by Maddie Barstead, but and we didn't have any others in double figures, but we had some that were pushing that, and they dished the ball around, got the points, and got the victory. Yep, and it was a good one tonight for the Vikings, 66-29.
yeah, that's a good conference win.
Okay, and we'll be back with some final thoughts right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Oh, hey!
Okay. If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like, they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
And we're back here at the NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, Dan Petschow here, and 66-29, Vikings come away with a win. A lot of three-pointers went up tonight.
Yeah, 13 of them, in fact.
So that's doing my math real quick. That's 39 of the 66 points came from outside the arc, and if they can get reliable at hitting those 3-pointers, then with a team has the height issues that the Vikings have, if they can hit those 3-pointers and be reliable at that, they can be a force.
Yeah, good ball movement tonight by Colfax too. Rotate that ball across the court and get some open looks.
Now, I should mention to you that we were supposed to be bringing you a basketball game tomorrow night. The boys, that game with Durand has been postponed, as was the game back on Tuesday, the 5th, that was supposed to be with Chippewa Falls McDonald. We were going to bring you that game as well. The McDonald game has been canceled. The game with Durand has been postponed. This is all due to COVID protocol. And there's an Elk Mound game in there that has been postponed, and a Boyceville game that has been postponed. Those are the 2 games that were scheduled for next week. And then next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend, January 16th, the Vikings will start making up those games. The Durand game will be made up on Saturday, January 16th, with the varsity game beginning at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's at Colfax. So mark your calendars that way. We, unfortunately, will not be able to carry you that game because we are going to be carrying ice racing from Lake Wissota. I'm pretty excited about that. Probably maybe a little more excited than you are because you're the one that's going to sit outside and run the camera. But starting on January 16th, we're going to be doing ice racing. Our coverage starts roughly a little bit before noon each day or each Saturday, but it's a full day of racing activity on the frozen ponds and lakes of the Badger State. And so at 11:45, Saturday the 16th, join us here at NLWN-TV. Also, don't forget that NLWN-TV, in March, we're going to be bringing you classic Wissota racing action. You know what? March all of a sudden doesn't seem that far away.
Yeah, it's not that far off. No.
It really is. When we were talking about this before Christmas, it seemed like forever away. Not anymore. So what we're going to do is reprise 7 of the weekend races from the Eagle Valley Speedway with a few additional features. I know that John Fellens has been working hard at that, and he's pretty excited about getting that going. And this is going to help you get ready for the 2021 racing season. That's classic Wissota racing action, and it's going to begin on March 17th on NLWN-TV. So, Dan, our next girls' game is on Tuesday, the 12th.
The 12th.
I think that's the 12th. Anyway, it's next week, Tuesday. And it's the girls are hosting Spring Valley. So we will be over at the school to bring you that one. And we look forward to seeing all of you there. Final score once again in tonight's game. Vikings 66, Boyceville Bulldogs 29. For Dan Petschow, this is Rick Olson, and you have been tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking girls game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.